do you do when your partner is in the habit of making decisions without involving you, doing projects, taking, you know, those things that you are intimate and you feel like maybe I should be the first person before you send me an invite. I should be the one creating that invite with you, but then you're not. How do you deal with that as the person who's on the sidelines in this relationship?
Mikali, what has not been said is when you tell somebody you love them and they say they love you too, or when you allow them to become your lover, when people love you, they usually take you to a place. They take you to a place of existence where they are themselves. That is to say, they will love you according to their philosophy about how they're supposed to love you. Okay. So when I say I love you too, we have used the word too.
Yes.
And it's very deceptive.
Yes.
As if to mean I love you the same.
Aha.
I don't love you the same. I love you the way I love.
So, what are we supposed to say there?
No, you should say that for purposes of nicety and romance. But behind the scenes, go beyond.
Yes.
And see what they mean when they want to love you. What does love mean to them? For some people, love means a particular department of their life where they confine you there. The rest of their life, work world, who they are with, what they buy, where they go, it's not part of love.
Oh.
But they love you too.
So they just love me cooking and washing dishes.
I tell you the truth.
Oh my goodness.
People mean very different things. You need to know people's philosophy of life and love. The purpose of talking as friends is to sound out their philosophy. The purpose of talking before you get into romance, love, or sex is to sense their manner of existence, their beliefs. Beliefs dictate behavior.
Okay.
I told you, the person believes men are inherently romance. They're inherently polygamous.
Yes.
They're inherently, the belief
Yes.
leaves the door open for that behavior. Even if they're not doing it now, the door is open. And as I told you, some people are not sleeping with anyone because nobody wants them. Only you. As soon as you polish them enough to be wantable, you'll have quite some problems.
Yeah.
You saw the door open.
Yes.
But because there's no thief coming, because there was nothing to steal. Even thieves calculate investment of energy. I heard one preacher say, you'll notice some people are not being troubled by diseases, lack of jobs. They seem, and David had complained.
Yes.
These people don't care about you. They have such a easy life. Their skins are smooth. Their cows calf smoothly. They have a happy life. He was angry. This is unfair. Very unfair. Me, I have God. I'm trying to pray, live right.
Yes.
Look, how much chaos I have to deal with. The other fella there doesn't give a damn.
No.
And he's just happy, drinking, coming up, singing, have a happy life. And both gave a very quick explanation that seemed to open. David concluded there. He said, I noticed they lived smoothly, but one day they were just cut off suddenly. They were never sick, but when they felt sick, they didn't recover. I'm using sickness figuratively.
Yes.
But he was saying they seemed to be smooth life. Then one suddenly they disappeared. I realized they had no future, they had no eternity. But with me, I was secure with you. He told God, I'm sorry I misinterpreted you. He put it like, this other preacher said, the devil has limited resources and doesn't send them to everyone.
Okay.
He's leaving some people alone because they're not a threat to him.
Oh.
And they're on the way coming to him. And in the meantime, he can use them as a false advertisement of the peace there is in being at peace with the devil. He said, the fact that you're being troubled.
Yes.
Other people buy houses smoothly and move on to the third and fourth one. You try to buy one.
Yes. Just one.
Con game here, lack of money there. You try to buy what? There's drama and chaos.
Yes.
Takes you praying, fasting, waiting, saving, borrowing. You finish and And you know your friends who are not even that good in school or work, they're on the that one. It's okay.
Yes.
Oh, did you manage that one? Don't worry. It's okay. We wish you well. We've just, no, for now we are looking for flats outside. We're not going, you're still, okay. That's a level. The people used to mentor, as I told you, the humiliation of having to teach people about marriage. They hold you up here.
Yes.
And the mom, we are coming here to tell us. Now you tell them about how to live right as girls.
Yes.
You teach them, they marry. You're still there. And now they start coming their husbands.
Yes. This God I serve.
Mom, bless. They bring children for you to bless. Yes. They bring cash.
Yes.
What is going on? I advise them, they get help, I remain here. God, have you forgotten me? What you forget is, sometimes you are a captain in the army. These are foot soldiers.
Yeah.
The enemy doesn't target foot soldiers to take too much energy. So it targets captains. There is more resistance to your progress because of the scale of your operation, where you are placed in your calling. So you were saying, if the enemy is resisting, sometimes take it as a compliment. The dogs do not bark at a rat. By the time you are big enough to be a threat,
Yes.
that the moment you're the one being promoted, everybody is trying to obstruct it. Other people have been promoted quietly, they just signed the papers. But yours, circles disappearing, the file is not here. And you feel discriminated. Why me?
Yeah.
For you, the scales, the stakes are higher. You have more. When you move, you are a whole, the energy you carry changes the whole atmosphere.
Absolutely.
You think you're humble when you ignore your strengths, but there's a person who doesn't ignore them. Let me remind you something.
Yes.
Feel free to act simple and be a commoner. But the enemy doesn't see you that way. The people who hate you know your strengths more than you do. And they pay a lot of attention to your next move. They try to sniff what you might have to, because they know you're capable of doing it.
Yes.
You mention a car, they know you can buy it. They mention a house, they mention a bigger job, anything, they know you can do that. They fear if you put your mind to it. So they try to put so much energy, and your colleague just went that route and went smoothly.
Yeah.
And told you, we checked about migrating. They migrated, they went to the UK, got they sent photos. You have been, the visa goes wrong, the visa denied again. No, this person is not even keen about prayers.
No.
They actually ask for your prayer aid. Actually, you are the one who assists them, and when you pray, things happen for them. My child is unwell, pray for us. Put them on the phone. Are they okay now? Yes. Thank you so much. We are sending you some lunch. And you see the same prayers you're praying about your issues.
Yes.
They are not moving. So it's because for you sometimes there's more stakes and you're being directed with more keenness. There are people who come to God for bread. He gave them bread, 4,000, 5,000. But when he's teaching, when he's going to Gethsemane, there's a very small group present. Yes. When destiny is being negotiated, it's not thousands of people. Those ones, you give them bread. So give them bread, let them eat. Yeah. But when it comes to someone on the mount or things that are involving carrying on and doing things, numbers are lesser. Yeah. It's 72, it's 12, it's 3. Yes. You know, as we near to where we are negotiating lives, some of these activities in your life may involve lives. Yeah. All that is being traded off in this world is people. These other things are just facilities and they'll perish with the world. It's the people, the lives you touch, how you make their lives better, how you direct their life to the right direction. Because you're affecting more people, we have more guns directed at your way.
That's true. That's true.
So,
yes,
the same wisdom you give other kids, they apply quickly, they succeed.
Yeah.
Don't feel discriminated. There's not much. They're succeeding their path.
Yeah.
But the capacity you are carrying is 100 times theirs. And I told you the other day sometimes, because you don't feel strong. Strong people don't feel strong. As I told you, we have 2 categories of people. Yeah. Saints who think they're sinners, and sinners who think they're saints.
Yes.
And great people always are aware of their smallness and their limitations. And because there's something they're working on to improve. There's a pinching problem, a need, a project. They're always thinking, what do I do next? What do I do next? Because they're focusing on improvement. They don't remember how far they've come. So you're likely to confuse that, and it makes disturbs your confidence and low self-esteem. So the philosophy of people, where they place you, is how they will treat you. They will not treat you according to how you love them.
Yes.
The biggest lesson, Kali, and the hardest one, is to learn to see people independently of your own feelings. When you love people, you are likely to think they love you just like you love them.
Yeah.
And then you open your life and then you include them without flipping to check how much they're including you.
Yes.
So the first problem is people love you according to their philosophy of love. But you don't take time to study philosophy.
No. That's the truth.
When they mention a belief that is not affecting you now, you ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
When they mention that, you know, people cheat, these things happen. Sometimes it's just human. And why are they being so strict? If the person said sorry, you should just, this human, you never know. You don't know what was happening. If they cheated once and you have found them, what if you did not find them? You should just ask yourself, now that they told me, I should just forgive. They're describing a belief.
Yes.
The belief opens the door for the behavior. Remember that.
Ooh.
Remember that. They're saying the door for cheating for me is not bolted. It's maybe shut. And because the thing is not here now, you think you're being petty by making decisions on things that have not happened. Yet they're telling you the makeup of their philosophy about love, about the kind of marriage they want. So today we are discussing when you're inside the marriage. Or when you're in something exclusive.
Yes.
You don't expect people to include you in the decisions unless you have something exclusive.
Okay.
At what point do you expect them to include you? When we're just talking as friends, you're not part of each other's lives. We might update each other as a matter of talk. Mm-hmm. Yeah, today I was going here to attend this and that. The other time this. You'll end up disclosing each other's lives as you talk.
Yes.
In that, you like each other, you are attracted, but you're on friendship base. Even if he had proposed relationship, even if she had asked me, what are we?
Yeah.
The question they like. But they guys, learn to tell ladies we are friends.
Yes, please.
Some ladies are too impatient. They are tired of me wasted. People have been wasting my time. This time I want clarity. Declare your intentions early. Let me know where to put you. So
tell them.
So
yes.
If she asks too soon, I really value her and I see possibility.
Yeah.
But she's sometimes asking me that question to ask me to jump to commitment. Or because of her fears of how my predecessors have behaved. Sometimes you're being punished because of your predecessors' sins. You're inheriting a messy situation.
Yes.
I learned some governors were being sworn in. Then they discover there are 282 drivers and the cars are only 81.
Yeah.
So one of them literally took them to a field and took a head count. A roll call. Stand next to your car.
What?
Imagine he went back to their cake counting. Because the records, you can't trust them.
Yes.
Number. And they found some drivers who couldn't drive.
Yes.
Not only drive that car. Sorry. So people are using ghost workers to siphon money.
Oh my God.
They employ you, they'll be giving you 5,000 for free, but the registered salary is 75,000.
Yes.
Then 75 will be coming to your account, but there's a standing order, you are paying a loan somewhere.
Yes.
So the 70 goes back to them, and you are on paper a driver. So people, why isn't that? You need to veto, you need to vet. If a person expresses a certain open door, it's only a matter of time.
Yes.
So if you're already in an exclusive thing, during friendship phase, you just update me. But the moment you tell me, let us build a future.
Yeah.
I was telling brothers how to slow down. Her sister was moving too quickly. If she's moving too quickly, you shall tell her, I understand that you don't want your feelings to get hurt.
Yes.
And I feel that way. I'm also sensitive. But if you ask me, I like how far we have learned each other so far, how far we have met up, talked, and all that we are knowing each other. I find you very attractive. I'm sure you're also attracted to me, as I can see. But I'm not in a place where I can conclude anything yet.
Yes.
I'm not in a place where I can tie you, tell you, do this and that.
Yeah.
I think we are doing well as friends. If we get somewhere, good. If we don't, still okay.
Yeah.
A bit of met. Learn to tell sisters truth, even when it's uncomfortable.
True. Yes.
Many of them appreciate the truth
than
uncertainty.
Absolutely.
Uncertainty is more haunting, disturbing, unsettling
It is true.
The truth.
Yeah.
So you tell them, honestly, I like you a lot. I like the way we are doing so far and how we are learning each other.
Yeah.
But we are not in a place that can give us a name.
You a fool.
So, and we are in a place where I can say we are this or the other.
Yeah.
So during that stage of learning each other, we may be talking daily, checking up on each other daily, and it looks like it should have a name.
Yes.
And if she wants to, sometimes she may be asking because she wants to meet other people, and I should not feel betrayed, like she left a person who was also trying.
Yes.
And at that point I can say, if you ask me at this point, we are still not exclusive. You're free to meet other people.
Yes.
And as that thing of we see this, where this goes should be during friendship phase. When we're not using each other sexually, financially, or we're not tying each other, no. Seeing where this goes means I don't know you enough yet to make a move.
Yes.
And you're free to stop being available, by the way.
Yeah.
You can make quiet decisions. Learn to pass verdicts without reading them out to the convict.
Yes. Yeah.
In life, you need to pass your own private judgment. After listening to the philosophy of that person,
Yeah.
that they would like to work in DR Congo, they always dream about Zaire as they grew up.
Yes.
Zaire, only to realize it is their destiny. They want to go there and work as a doctor, as a nurse.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, and there's no problem with Zaire, but it is nowhere in your map.
Yes.
And the moment you realize you're serious about it, you quietly edge away, but you don't condemn Zaire on your way out.
No.
Don't discourage an innocent brother's dreams. It is just doesn't sit well with you.
Yes.
But Zaire is real to them.
Yes.
Please let them continue with
Zaire.
But if your girlfriends ask you, you and Jose are no longer talking, Jose and Zaire, he's headed there.
Yeah.
For me, I can't even talk Lingala.
Yes.
He's happy. He has a land or the Lingala is already making connections.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the trajectory of his life is a very nice guy. I'm happy I met a friend who catch up at, you know, sometimes you meet a person, a guy told me that girl had Russia in her mind throughout. She had learned the language. She already knew the rudiments. She wanted to do a master's there. If she found a job there, she'll be happy. She's just happy about Russia. And she knows the first presidents, when they got independence, who attacked Napoleonic invasion. When she gets to the Russian aspect, she can talk. So with all the wonderful connected and compatibility,
Yeah.
so do you think you tell her, no, I don't have anything to do with Russia. I will not talk to you. She may think, am I wrong? Am I missing people because of that? So sometimes you don't need to communicate why you left. Just go. Just get busy.
Yeah.
And let people continue their life.
Yeah.
So it's not something you can ask them to correct. Stop talking about Russia. I think Zambia is better. No,
Don't do it.
or Eswatini, have you learned that former Swaziland?
Yes. Yes.
Have you, in fact, check. You might be. I'm sure you'll be interested.
Yeah.
No, some things are just personal.
Yes.
They pertain why people are here on earth. So people exclude you because in their philosophy of love, it does not involve including you in their decisions. You know they will include you or they will not include you from the time you decide to be exclusive. Absolutely. We are finished with the friendship and learning each other. I think you're the one I want for life. Would you give me that chance? Me too, I think the same. I think we can do it. And from there on, now we are becoming one. In fact, Joseph had not yet married Mary when God was calling Mary wife. Don't fear to take Mary your wife. Don't fear to take your wife. Don't fear to take your wife. Contradiction, right? Don't fear to take.
Just take.
So if don't fear to marry your wife. Am I marrying when she's already wife?
Yeah.
He calls things that are not as though they were.
Yes.
Once you conclude the matter, mentally we're becoming one. The procedures don't affect. From there on, you're supposed to be one. Does not mean now you start having sex and all that.
Yeah.
There are things wait until marriage.
Yes.
But in terms of trajectories of life, openness, communication, because everything in my life is going to affect you. You should not realize I'm flying tomorrow to Egypt. You should not just learn that I'm coming from a barrier of an anchor someplace. And you're already exclusive.
Yeah.
You expect to be included the moment you decide to be exclusive. All right? Included, exclusive.
Yes.
We are in a thing.
Yes.
Now we should be open to each other about what we are doing.
Yeah.
The moment you notice they don't do it, it's not always a deal breaker. What is a deal breaker in this life is how people handle the deal breaker. It's not the deal breaker itself usually.
Oh.
Remember that.
Okay. Okay.
Some people don't include you because that's the marriage they saw. Dad had many plots. Mom never knew anything about.
Yeah.
Mom had a lot of money and things with her mother and her sisters. My dad had no clue about.
Yeah.
So to you, that's normal. She had things, and we knew we should not tell Dad.
Yeah.
Mom goes with you, no, nikusikie.
Yes.
If Mom happens to pass with you somewhere, you know you're not supposed to tell anyone.
Yeah.
She had a life, another life. Dad had another life. And if you grow up in that kind of marriage, where do you get the idea of complete inclusion of each other? No, unless you learn this was dysfunctional.
Yeah.
That's what you're likely to transfer. So I come and learn later that you have your things over there. And one sign I told you is when people have a lot of passwords.
Yes.
On their phone
Yeah.
against you. You know, sometimes you put passwords against Snoopy colleagues, children,
Yes.
other people. But I should have access. If you have an emergency and the embarrassing thing, the wife can't even access the phone. The husband can't even access the phone. Here we are doomed. You know?
Yeah.
Can you see secrecy and openness? If I realize she has a life that she disappears for a day and she's not talking,
Yeah.
you know, you can tell freeness. And she's not talking on phone. Then in the evening, it was just class. And they start picking signs, unavailability, not responsiveness, and she doesn't explain anything. Only for me to connect the strings later.
Yes.
That day, it was not particularly cheating. She's not the kind of person who didn't cheat. She was with her girls transacting land. And she doesn't want to tell me about the land because the mother transmitted the idea of should have your own secret things.
Yes.
So I come to learn later when I see for a phone from a bank, someplace, transaction completed.
Yeah.
The message came as next of kin.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder next of kin. Oh, sorry, it's a small thing I was doing back then. A bank, small thing, back then, transaction.
Doesn't add up.
You know?
Yeah.
And when I feel mistrusted, I feel left out, I don't feel included, and I ask you, what is it? Then I realize your philosophy and the marriage you saw involved security for the woman, having her things, and for rainy day.
Yes.
And you never know.
You never know.
In-laws can turn against you. Men can die. And people can come after you. Have your security. So the things you had and you swallowed.
Yes.
Then we sit and square the matter. We say, are we going to be one in reality? Or are we going to transfer the same separatedness? Yes. We saw in our parents.
Yes.
Me, I wanted the oneness. I wanted the openness. The kind of openness that, I'm not saying you should not have your few shillings, emergency your own, you are saving from your own, but having a whole investment is a different story.
Yeah.
I'm happy when you have your own small kit, even when I'm stuck, instead of going to Shylock's, I can ask 50K from you,
Yes.
and I'll pay back.
Yes.
But this thing of having accounts here, investments there with your girls, another life there, how does it even portray us as a marriage? People know we are not united, we are not together. So, will you want that or will you want to continue that? Take your time and think. Tell me what you want. You know?
Yes.
So the separatedness, the excluding me is always a deal breaker. But you don't part ways because you realize they have a behavior, because they might have picked it from wherever they learned marriage.
That's true.
It's how they are willing to change. The same question answers cheating. I told you some questions are very painful. We can discuss them casually and justify cheating. But some people cheat because they grew up with cheating parents.
Yeah.
They knew their mom had a sidekick. They knew the dad's ways. And they learned as if that's what happens in marriages.
Yeah.
When their turn came and the temptation and the opportunity, it seemed also doable. When you found out, you nearly walked out, only for them to write, what was I trained into? So it doesn't work this way. So both excluding you in important decisions, having fallen into cheating, you shall check how they behave. It's not what they did. It's how they respond to what they did. Could they be using a mold, a reference point? Could they be used, they were given a wrong role model example to work with?
Yeah.
If the template is messed up, how do you know until you bump upon the divergence? I don't expect you to do this.
Yeah.
You tell me you already bought land and you signed with your mom, and I should sign my part tomorrow, and I'm being told by that parties, I'm being called by a bank. Yeah, that bank will call you tomorrow. Just go append your signature. Yeah, we already transacted. Yeah, mom gave 40%, I gave 60%. You remember the money I tried to selling the company? It's a very good land. I'm sure you like it, and we are moving forward as a family. Moving forward as a family. You talk innocently yourself, thinking, me and mom have always purchased things.
Yes.
Mom is very good in due diligence. She has connections in the lands ministry, and she can help us check.
Yeah.
You have always said your mom, but
Yes.
this time we are two of us.
Yes.
Who comes first? You see that sister in the UK? She always assists me. She wants me to buy for her and add one for myself. She wants to plot and then I get one for myself. Imagine now, so I'm out here looking for it, and she sent the money yesterday, and I'll add mine there, so we'll get 3 and register for her. So the whole of this 1 week, it has been you and your sister in the UK.
Yep.
And I'm being told after the fact.
Yes. Go append your signature. Yeah.
So you shall see that person say, this is not the marriage I envisioned.
Yes.
I wanted us to be one. And if you know we are together, you should inform me.
Yeah.
You should not fear my criticism. Actually, one of the Russian mafia's rules of life. So one Russian mafia giving rules of life.
Yeah.
And say, ask the people you trust for criticism. It will come from a place of love, and it will have truth. It will have care for your future.
Yes.
It will have your well-being in mind. The criticism that comes from enemies is sharp pointed, and even if it is truth, it is aimed to hurt you. The criticism comes from people you trust is for preserving you. They issue the medicine with sugarcoat, with modesty and decency.
Yes.
Many times it's because they don't know how you receive, that's why they hold back, and you may be destroyed by a weakness they saw.
Yeah.
But they don't know whether you can take it. So if you realize they're leaving you out, sit them down and say the marriage you wanted. Ask them whether they're willing you merge your marriage in reality. Even if it's your brother or your dad. This time we are married. You women and your mothers. Let me also touch you again.
What have we done? What have we done?
Because I asked why you are talking several times to your mother per day.
Yes.
And women were happy. Oh,
it was quite the conversation. Yes. Yes.
So, we clearly don't marry a brother and torture him if you can't do things with him without telling your mother.
Yeah.
It's very disheartening when I'm the leader of the family and I have no control. Our things are already known.
Yeah.
You know? And mom will also tell somebody else and tell them not to tell somebody else, and that will tell them not to tell somebody else, and tell them. The instructions always accompany the footnote. It's a secret. So, it's to say, if a person is working the wrong template, give them a chance to edit it. Even if it was very painful.
Yeah.
A thing like acquiring an asset, because that's how they saw marriage.
Yeah.
That's how they believed about marriage. Even if it was something that took them all the way to cheating, and you realize it's a genuine wrong template.
Yeah.
Very hurtful, but did they collapse in apology? Did they come down to say, I'm willing, help me change this template?
Yeah.
I'm working the wrong template.
Yeah.
If you see them putting effort to change, to include you now, adjust things, they have saved the union. But if they are not willing, ask yourself whether you can live in that kind of union. If they only return, they dismiss you, blame back, act like it's not a big deal, say sorry in a superficial manner, they are telling you, take it or leave it. You shall decide whether you can do that or you'd rather be alone.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I like how you've broken it down, because you answer the question, what is an important decision? And you also answer the question, when you should expect to be involved. And for the important decision, you say that important decisions are those that affect a person's or family's finances or daily life in a significant manner. You know, like borrowing substantial amounts of money, or, you know, taking in a relative to live with them and you just find somebody in your house. Those are important decisions if you are together. So when do you expect to be involved? As soon as you agree that you're getting married. That means you've moved from the phase of just talking and knowing each other, and you're committed to whatever it is that the two of you are doing. So when this situation happens for the first time, You register your feelings of being excluded and diminished or even replaced with someone else. Now, if they put no effort to give you the due importance next time round, just accept the truth that you do not matter to them and move on promptly.